Hi guys, do you know what I did? Do you know what happened? I came on the live, right? And I was saying hello to you all. And then I went on to Britney Spears and was reading this out. Now I'm bloody exhausted. I've just got a message from Michelle telling me off. And do you know what happened? I didn't press go live. hmm I didn't press go live. So all this time I was talking to myself. I was saying, if you can hear me, press. If you can't hear me, press. No, if you can hit like the ones and twos, and nothing was coming up, and then I looked on WhatsApp and go. Michelle's like, if you're not doing a live, you need to tell them because there are 20 people watching. Blah blah blah. And all what happened was I forgot to go live. Oh, right. So okay, I'm exhausted now. Right. So let's start again. How are you all doing? Sod my life, guys. Sod my life. So, right, okay. So I was with. There's a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. Hi, Julianne, Monique, Kaz, Michelle, everyone, Graham. There's a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle. Hi, Pam. That we've lost. I had it, and it's almost like someone's come onto my PC and just boom, it's gone. Whoosh, it's gone. So we're going to have to find that. So at the moment, I want to talk briefly about Britney Spears. She has gone full life thug it. She is a thug life. So Michelle needs to do a thug life meme for Britney Spears. This poor girl was set up by her own father. That's a parental crime. He abused her. He held her captive along with this TriStar company. And it all started with P. Diddy. P. Diddy lured Britney to a party. She didn't want to drink because she was basically saying she's never really been that much of a big drinker, only sort of like at parties and stuff. She didn't want to drink, and he gave her a champagne flute, and he said, "Oh, one will be enough. One will be all right." Anyway, she started drinking. She started feeling funny, and then after a while, she said she felt very disconnected and felt that something wasn't quite right. And as you can see here, she went to court after all these years of her being held captive. All these stories that you were hearing in the media were fabricated because they were doing it to her on purpose. Her father put cameras in all of her rooms, toilet, bathroom. She was trapped. She wasn't allowed to go out on her own. She was hardly allowed to go out at all. So everything they did to her, everything you saw of her drinking and whatever they were saying, they were making her do. She was basically just hanging in there because she couldn't speak to anyone. All her phone calls were recorded. It's because her father and this TriStar company wanted half of her estate, and Diddy and her father and this no, I think it was Diddy and her father that first organised it all. So all these years, those 13 years, that poor girl was in captivity, literally under house arrest for nothing, just because her father and this company and Diddy gets some sick thrill out of doing it all. They held Britney captive, not allowed to see her kids, or maybe like once a week for like 5, 10 minutes. She finally went to court today and told the judge and the jury everything from start to finish. It was all orchestrated by Sean Combs, however you pronounce his name, and everything. They drugged her the night before she was going to do. I think it was some award that she was hoping to win the very next day, and they'd done it on purpose. Diddy drugged her on purpose, knowing that the next day she would fail. So everyone was mocking her dress, what she was wearing on stage, and but she wasn't even with it. She was still drugged up from the other night, and then it went on from there. So I think her father is in deep trouble. He should be locked up for the rest of his life. That is one of the worst crimes a parent can do to their child, as well as everything else. This poor girl has done nothing wrong. She wasn't losing her mind. She was held in captivity, drugged with drugs that would try and help her lose her memory. That's how sick her dad is. What a See you next Tuesday. Anyway, Britney Spears, justice is coming. She is a proper thug life. I like her. Shabbat shalom, Graham. What do you lot think of it? And then hang the chat. Is she in Rome? I don't know, Monique. What's been going on with Fiona? Right, hang on. I'm just going to have to catch up now. Right. Hi, Penny. Right, let's start. Right, hang around tonight. I've got some stalking to do. Oh, Graham, who are you stalking tonight, darling? Who are you stalking tonight? I hope it's tricky. I'm sure I'd just be as useless. Stalker must be horned. That was so funny last night. Avid not happy, Graham's here. All right, let's put some of these on. Oh dear, this one was a good one. Fiona just did a 45-minute vid. Always press not in. Yeah, so do I. I don't know why, but her videos keep coming up on my thingy-majig. Yeah, what's going on with Fiona Feral Fifi? Yeah, so this we've got to find it. If I find it tomorrow, I'll do a live tomorrow. It's nothing. It is a big deal. It's to do with Dropbit. It is a big deal. However, that is the only bit of evidence that we could find to that part of the jigsaw. So we've got to share it. But anyone could say, well, she could be talking to anyone, but we know it was Drop Bear. And we're just hoping that we can find the other bit of the jigsaw puzzle to put all the pieces together. I can't believe we're not getting paid for this. Meghan Markle quote. I watch Diddy Court coverage on and off every day since the start and will end. It's a train. I know. It's always some celebrity somewhere, isn't it? That they're called. Aren't they just happy with the success they've had in their life? Why do they always want more? That's what I don't. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl, it was a blast yesterday, and do you know what? It's Michelle's fault. I can't handle late nights anymore, so I can't keep this live very long. I've got to try and have a nap. But yeah, justice for Britney. I'm really proud of her, actually. I'm not really sort of like a pop star person, apart from when back in the day, like Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block. I think they were my favourites, actually. New Kids on the Block, and maybe another one. I can't remember. But apart from that, I'm not really sort of like a pop starry fan. Do you know what I mean? I've never been like that. But Britney Spears, I've been following her story ever since it, and I always in my gut, always knew that something weren't right about this. It's easy to believe the media sometimes when celebrities, yeah, they do go off the wall because they get too high and mighty, ego, too much money, too much, and they mix in with the wrong crowd. And yeah, it genuinely does happen, but it didn't happen like that with Britney. She was set up from start to finish, that poor girl, and her dad pushed her into fame from quite a young age, and now we know why. Obviously, he couldn't get a job, so he used his daughter, pimped his daughter out. I hope he gets beat up in jail real badly. So, oh yeah, hang on. Right, let's get it. All right, we can talk about one thing today. Tricky Dicky. She's taking the royal family approach, she said. Never. Yeah, yeah. I think she done a wise move there, really. Considering how old is she? She must be in her 30s. Hi, MW. She's very wise because I think being in that sort of situation for all those years, it's probably actually worse than being in jail itself because it's more hurtful because it's your family, it's the people you trusted. So I think for her to keep mentally sane as much as possible, I think she must have really sort of like at night time really had words with herself, like, come on, you've got to go with the flow with this, do what I'm asked to do, or else basically. Because in my opinion, I think if she didn't, she would have been drugged so much she probably would have been killed. And then it would have been, oh, she unalived herself. So I think in those years she towards the end, she had to put on this kind of like act just to survive. That's just my opinion. And I think while she was doing that, she was in her mind planning on how to not let it take over her mind the way they hoped it would, if that makes sense. I'm talking about Fiona taking the royal family approach. Oh, oh, okay, Cass. Sorry, I'm on a mission with Britney Spears today. Oh dear. But yeah, we can. Right, Tricky. Right. Oh, where is it? Right, present. Tricky is being a complete dicky. So I hate my computer. This is proof that Tricky Dicky is still stalking, taunting, harassing Foxy Sapper and Foxy's mother. Tricky, if you're out there, Ginge, let me tell you something. Whatever Foxy's mum and Sapper talk about is none of your goddamn business, boy. None of your business. Why do you think you need to know what they're talking about? What are you afraid of? Come on, just admit it. What are you afraid of? Come up here if you've got the guts. Come in the chat. Come on, we'll have a laugh. We'll have a laugh at your expense. What the hell do you think you're doing still trying to harass Foxy and his mother? And you've got some front to say, hi, Foxy, I hope the messages between your mum and Grumpy Sapper are professional. Professional, do you even know what that means? Right, let's look it up for Tricky, shall we? Right, we're just looking up what? Oh, no, not WhatsApp. Oh, goddamn. Oh, come on. Oh, get up there, duh. Oh, bloody thing. Where's it gone? Professional, relating to or belonging to a profession, young professional people engaged in a specific, whatever it says, activity as one's main paid occupation rather as a pastime. Basically, Tricky. Right, where's it gone? Where have you gone? Basically, Tricky, you're being a dick. You don't know what the word means. Stop pissing people off. Who do you think you are? I've got an idea, Tricky. Why don't you just hand yourself in? Why don't you just hand yourself in, Trickster? Right, let's put some of these comments on. So what's happening with Don? Because he's scared about what's being talked about behind the scenes and he doesn't know. So he's just he's getting paranoid. Which in a way he has a right to be paranoid because he has caused so much trouble and committed so many crimes, hasn't he? So instead of him admitting what he's done, changing his ways, well, not that narcissists will ever change their ways, but at least he could just nap off and leave everyone alone. Instead of him going off quietly, he's worried about what we're all saying about him behind closed doors, who's talking to who, what we know, police involvement, blah, 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 etc. And now because Foxy and his mum done that video, he's now worried because they're obviously not speaking to him. Niam is speaking to Sapper, probably a couple of other people as well. And because no one's talking to Tricky, he's worried about what's being said, what's being exposed, and etc. etc. So yeah, his messages to Fiona are unprofessional. Graham didn't like. Oh, Graham, you still there? Tricky, where are you? What's happening with Don? Has Don been quiet? I heard a rumour. No, actually, it's not a rumour, it's a fact. She looks very skinny. She was doing a live and apparently it's all kicking off. It was all kicking off and she looked really skinny. You need to eat some pies, Don. You need to eat some pies. I wish I'd stayed up for it now. He's acting the big man, picking them out. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But don't worry, Pam. It's all being handled behind the scenes. And Tricky is never going to know what's going blah 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 blah. Sorry, I can't talk because I'm tired. Tricky is never going to know what we know, or anyone what anyone else knows for that matter. Hmm. Right. So, is there any more ghosts today? Has Graham gone back to the other side without us? Exactly. Exactly. Tricky. If you go around doing what you do, you can't do what you're currently doing because you were caught out and exposed. I mean, hello. Even a 5-year-old knows that. Come on, just pack it in. What are you going to do next? Borrow Fiona's drone and start stalking everyone? You have to charge it up first, just so you know. If I was Fifi, I'd be crying in a corner somewhere in Rome. Yeah, exactly. Do you think they've gone on holiday together? Yeah, all this suing and police, and it is all him. Yeah, exactly. He's got no chance. I'm in a living in a virtual reality. But Graham, did you manage to get the resin sorted out? Resin? Don't give him my. They've both been exposed at Planet. Yeah, and whoever said it about Fiona, oh, it was Kaz. Fiona saying about playing the royal game. She's only saying that because she's cat's got her tongue. The pussycat has got the pussycat's tongue. Oh God, what happened there? I think they could, of as she has recorded videos. Yeah, it's the pussycat's got the pussycat's tongue, and she doesn't know what to say. She's trying to think of a way out of it. Well, you can think all you like, Feral. You're not getting out of this, I'm afraid. NATO is onto you, okay? Isn't so? Why have they all gone to Rome? They gone to the Pope's funeral? Yeah, Graham, you are finally free from your controlling wife. I mean, to be honest with you, I like you now. I didn't really like you before, but you seem to since now you've gone over to the other side and joined NATO. We like you now. I saw a video. It looks as if she was in a posh restaurant. Oh, really? What is that with the flower money, Feral? Where's the flower money? Are you spending it on posh food when you should be spending it on flour to put on your husband's coffin? You wheeled him in. God damn. You wheeled him in without any flowers on the coffin. You all look like tramps. One person with glasses didn't even know you. God. I think Ginger's girlfriend's dumped him. Well, that's good. She can join NATO. The monarchy, she did. She's home now. Yeah. Bet she's in Rome with Tricky. Oh dear, honestly. And Karma, you need to start piping down. Right, who's this? Hi, RB. Carla was calling. I'll try to get them blocked. Carla, shut your mouth. Now she's using her son as a prop for her vid. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They've got no content. So, again, bring the kids in and use the kids as per usual. It's ridiculous. Where's Graham gone? Graham, Candle tried to get Don to throw people out of chat. Oh, for goodness sake. Karma, can't you mind your own business for a change? If they throw Sue in the giant, they can sue as a fairy tale. I can't believe she's going to posh restaurants. It's almost like ever since Graham died, she's been celebrating. Just my opinion. I saw some of that. I'm messing with Tricky Girl. She loved him long. She loved him long. She loved him long time. Holy on Don's like, yes, Carla. Yeah, well, Collections is friends with Don. Mm. No comment, Nola. No comment about that. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's like we said last night. Sorry to be repetitive, but it's like, no, you just don't do that. Karma's become bold. He thinks Tricky will be there for him when the shit hits the fan. He'll be crying for NATO. Yeah, well, you're not joining NATO, Karma. You will never be allowed into NATO, and that's your fault. How are all the other creators taking the news? Any word on that, or are they all still laughing like me? I don't know. I haven't had time to watch anyone really, apart from Michelle. Love him long time. Sweatside Park. Yep, hit the like, guys. I fancy a Chinese. Sweatside Park. They never learn, do they? They never actually learn. Why? Oh, they've been found out. They've been found out and they can't handle it. Hang on. Right, okay, I've got something. I might play this actually. Right, so bear with. I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, I bet Mole's laughing. Mole, you need to join NATO. Right. I'm gonna play this. This is something. This is another part of the jigsaw puzzle that we were trying to find today, but the opposite. Oh, right. We'll explain everything once we find the other bit of the jigsaw. This was right. Hang on. Oh, I'm having that situation where where it goes round and round in a circle. You see me rolling. Oh, why does it do this to me? Why can't I just? Oh, here we go. Oh, come on.
For a start, said she had cancer.
Right, hang on. Right, let's put stop. Right, so she thought Drop Bear was called Penny Warwick, right? And listen to this. How hypocrisy is Fiona right now? Right, tell me if you can hear it.
Penny Warwick. For a start, said she had cancer. And again, we took her at face value. She said she had robotic thing in the bottom of her spine. She said a lot of her jaw had been cut away. Now, there's a couple of things on reflection.
Right, so let's just stop there. Do you see what Fiona's just done there? And this was this was years before she came up with the cancer story about Graham. She has just mocked and what's the word I'm looking for? Just mocked and didn't believe that Drop Bear had cancer as badly as she has. But Drop Bear did or still has got cancer. Right.
And the these are not facts. These are my thoughts on
Oh,
reflection.
hang on. She actually admits these are not facts. Can you believe it? She actually, oh my God. Let's go on. Listen.
I knew a guy in Lewes who had cancer of the mouth, and he'd had some of his jaw cut away, and he was incoherent. I'd see him in the newsagents, and he couldn't make himself understood. Now, I think you must all remember the Duchess Drop Bear channel. She was extremely coherent. There was no sound of someone who's had a stroke, tongue problems, palate problems, lack of teeth. There was nothing in the voice to indicate that a part of the jaw had been cut away. Now, my other thought also on reflection, because it's not the first time someone's told me they've got cancer and it's turned out they've nothing of the sort, but that's another story.
Fifi, come over here. Feral. Oh, Fifi. Fifi. What did you just say there? Let's just listen to it again. So she said people have told her they've had cancer before and it turns out they didn't. But it's okay for Feral to do that.
Channel. She was extremely coherent. There was no sound of someone who's had a stroke, tongue problems, palate problems, lack of teeth. There was nothing in the voice to indicate that a part of the jaw had been cut away. Now, my other thought also on reflection, because it's not the first time someone's told me they've got cancer and it's turned out they've nothing of the sort, but that's another story for another day.
What, will you be telling your story, Feral? Will you have to admit that you lied then?
Is the people that I have known in my own life who've had cancer, my mum died of cancer, my mother-in-law died of cancer, esophageal cancer, that was awful. When they're on chemotherapy, and any of you out there who've been on chemotherapy, you don't have a lot of energy, do you? It really hits you like a truck. Duchess Drop Bear had a lot of energy. A lot of energy. Now, also looking back, during our chats on the group chat, she never really said very much about herself. She said she had a son and a daughter, but she didn't really talk about herself.
Hang on. I wonder why, Fifi. I wonder why, because she's probably a private person.
Harvesting and cultivating a friendship with Wally, and secondly with me.
Right, that's it. I'll tell you what, Feral, you are the biggest hypocrite there has ever been in the world apart from Tricky. How dare you? Yeah, everything they do is cringe. It's bloody, they're disgusting. Everything you do, Fiona, it's just you get found out every single time. And you really did think that you wouldn't get found out about the cancer thing, did you? Because you thought if you tell the truth about Graham actually passing away of liver damage, you wouldn't get as much sympathy from your gullible audience. You didn't think you'd be able to make any money out of it. But the C card always works a treat, doesn't it? So that's where you thought, oh yeah, we'll just say this, because our audience won't give us any money, that we won't be able to do a GoFundMe, etc., because they'll be thinking, oh yeah, well, it's your own fault you're drinking, blah blah blah. You thought this through very quickly, didn't you? But yet here you are, years ago, being nasty about Drop Bear, who did actually have cancer. And when we find the other bit of evidence of you threatening Drop Bear, whether Drop Bear has done anything wrong, I don't care at this point in time. We'll get to that in time anyway. But it's the fact that when she was in hospital having limbs cut off, you were hounding her, got the deeds to her home, and was threatening her while she was in hospital. But yet, here you are, using the cancer card for your own despicable agenda. What do you say about that then, Feral? Come up here. We are judge and jury. Come on. It's time. It's about time, Feral, that you were held account in a court of law. So at the moment, we are the court of law. I am the judge. Order, order. And the chat is the jury. So come on, get your butt over here. Come on. Graham's here. He's a witness. Oh, hang on. Everyone's going really fast all of a sudden. Hang on. Yeah. Let me see. I couldn't watch her. I never liked her and her eyeliner never in the right place. I know there was one video, no, actually two, I think, where she looked quite in the 80s, didn't she? I mean, oh, shut Fiona, I'm so sorry, but shoulder pads are out of fashion now, darling. Well, yeah, exactly. He did, but he was obviously dying of liver damage because of all the drinking. But Graham, I hope your liver's all right now. She tried to look like she was a good friend to Wally. Yeah. Where is Wally, by the way? She is always coughing on her video. She's a heavy smoker and drinker. 3,000 friends came to my funeral. I'll have you know, it was the biggest attended funeral. But what, they were invisible? Were they wearing these new invisible jackets? Did Ferrell spend the flower money on invisible jackets, Graham? Is that why we only saw one person? Like she just paid to, like, out of the local Tesco's. Or can you do me a favour, please, and just come to the funeral so it looks as if like Graham had one friend. Right. Is this drop bear dead now? Then I'm lost. We don't know, Kaz. We don't know. It would be good to get in contact with her, actually. So, drop bear, if you are around and you ever see this, contact the HR department, please. Well, yeah, but you know, she's looking for a way out of this. So I just think something else is going to come next. She's going to have to say, "Oh God, I'm ill. Why didn't you act on it yourself? You did not know." Money's right back here. Oh, that's interesting. Graham, did you have an autopsy? Yeah, but Graham, not even your daughter Victoria was invited to your funeral. Did you know that? And she was rampaging at Fiona, your terrible wife, your controlling evil wife. She was on the rampage and she exposed Fiona for being a gold digger. And Fiona was using you all along. She only married you for your money. Did she make you spend it all? Yes, true. The coup, but the story doesn't add up. Yeah, I think she'll just stop doing video shaking. Yeah, she's either gonna come up with some excuse or think of something, or she's just gonna disappear. Yeah, Graham had money from his dad, I think, because the nurse told her YouTube comments it was needed. She said other stuff was more important. She didn't tell me. I've had time on my hands to find out. Yeah, it's taken us years to find out. Defender, you know that oh God, sorry to do this to you if you've got time, but is there a quick way, if you have time at the moment, to look for that screenshot of her holding her phone up with Drop Bear's deeds on it? I don't know whether we put it in the NATO department. I'll tell you what cause it was he. I don't know. Graham, you're going to have to answer this one. Hmm. But why the blood transfusion if not cancer? He was bleeding out. What the hell was wrong with him? Well, this is the thing. No one really knows. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're probably getting on each other in Rome. Oh my God. I just don't even want to think about it. Yeah. Yeah. How much money are you getting, Fiona, from your subs? Lack of iron. I remember she was giving him, what was it, lax seeds and olive oil or something, thinking, oh, yeah, Fiona, oh, for goodness sake, woman. Honestly, flax seeds, that's it, flax seeds and something else. And you thought that would cure cancer that never existed. Okay, then. Yeah, narcs definitely love money more. Yeah, she was, wouldn't she, Pam? And the way she used to look at him, like as if to say, yeah, you make sure you say the right thing, Graham. Cottage cheese. Oh, you're joking. Cottage cheese. Oh my God. Oh, hang on. Bear with. Wait there. 2 secs. Someone's at the door. I've got to get rid of them. God. It's a nightmare being this popular, you know. Right. That's that dealt with. Right. Where were we? Oh, Fiona considered getting Holland and Barrett to sponsor my channel. Oh, for fuck's sake. How can he afford all these? Well, yes, that's the thing. There's a big question mark over that, Nola, because he claims he was getting Pip. How I don't know, because all the DWP had to do was watch his videos. I might give him a call tomorrow. No, Monday now. I'll give him a call Monday. Because I'm sorry, if he is on benefits and claiming benefits that he doesn't need, like PIP, for example, he's taking that away from genuine people who probably can't get it because they're so strict, and rightly so. But from what I've heard, apparently PIP are very strict, and if you can't provide the evidence, then they'll turn you away. So there's people out there that are genuinely ill, genuinely desperately need it, but because their symptoms don't show, there's not much the doctors can put in the reports or something. I don't know how it all works, but he's taken away benefits from people who genuinely need it and can't get it because of cunts like him. Excuse my language. So I will be ringing DWP on Monday and give them his channel. I'm sorry, it's got to be done. I'm not a grass, but with him, it's a different story. It's been going on for too long. People like that should be held to account and should be on the news. She says she's not going to give the trolls the attention they want. Feral, for a start, we're not trolls, and anyone who calls you out to you is a troll or a sugar. That's how you've played it all along. And it's only your little handful of gullible followers that take your word as gospel and believe we're trolls because they're just dumb. Yeah, exactly, Pam. He's just, yeah, he's afraid of work. He's afraid of work. Work to him is just scamming, talking shit on YouTube. He could have had a transplant if they got it early. Yeah, I don't. How old was Graham? How old were you when you passed away? In your 80s, 70s, 80s, something like that? I don't. Would they give someone of that age a transplant? I don't know. I really don't know. Yes, he does, Nola. Conveniently tricky is loaded just as I clog it. Now Fiona's jumping ship. Yeah, well, typical. Typical. Mm. Yeah, that is young to go. Oh, he was 64. Someone said he was in his 70s. Oh God. My real age of it. Real age. Oh, have you seen this? Have you seen this, guys? You probably have. Hang on. Let me get rid of this. Graham, I'm sorry. I'm going to do something really nasty to you now. Right, open tab. Da, da. Oh, that was that drug smuggling. Blue, going down. Da, 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 da. No, that's not it. Oh, has it been wiped off? Oh, no, that's not it. Where the hell is it? Oh no, this is about feral. Oh, I hate this thing. Recommended cookies. There's a really funny picture of you, Graham. Where is it? I want to find it. It's really funny. Uh, right, Graham Hesketh drug smuggling case. Hang on, I've got it's big. You've got to put in the right keywords because Google's a bit thick. No, we don't want Fiona. Right, is this it? No, I want the picture. There's a really dodgy picture of you in here, Graham. I want to see it. Everyone needs to see it. It's funny. Oh, what's this? Oh, oh. Right, I'm gonna have to come back with it another time. His mugshot looked really, really funny. He looked crazy, like "Ooh." Defender. Do you know the keywords to put in to find that article about Graham? It was really funny. You should have seen it. It's when he had long black hair. I think her best interviews with Tom's Moses, even he had a look away. Yeah, she fucked all the way up there with that interview, didn't she? How come there is so few like us that have woken up? Telling Gerda she will lose her house. Who does she? Exactly. But what Feral Fifi doesn't know is it doesn't actually work like that. It only works if the person complies. If they can put in an order to try and force you to sell your home, but you don't have to comply. It's a civil matter. You don't have to comply. So, for example, if she tried to sue me and tried to get my house, right, I just wouldn't sell it. And if they tried to force me, I just would just tell them where to go. They can't do anything about it. Oh, hang on, guys. Hopefully, Michelle. Oh, is Michelle standing on business, Defender? We're doing our absolute best, but to be honest with you, it was pretty obvious from the start. If you think about it, they were so what happened was the police did come round to arrest Graham. All of a sudden he got ill, didn't he? And quite a few people were questioning that as it was. And then the alleged home invasion, which was her idea of Oh, I've stolen someone's phone. So let's just say they were the Sugars, Spanish Sugars. And it's funny how she only focused on the black women, isn't it? In that little group of women, not the white women, the black women. Racist. Feral is racist, but Kaz, we are doing everything we can. Hi, Joe. Sorry tonight, guys. It's just another like chat amongst us and everything because it just keeps everything, all the evidence just keeps disappearing off my laptop, Mac, whatever you call it. Hi, all. There's such bullies. I could give a shit. I personally sent an email to another lover YouTuber that mentioned the harassment. Yeah, good. The more the merrier, Joe. The more people and YouTubers speak out about it, the better. Yeah, well, Collections is friends with Don, so. Yes, Gertie can get help from probably. I wouldn't put it past him and his mate David Redband. Oh, I'm surprised Dave hasn't been at my door actually, because allegedly, according to reports, he's ex-Special Forces. I haven't seen him at my door yet with a gun in my face. So, just goes to show how clever they are, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly. Speak out. Mhm. Yeah, exactly, Kaz. And normally I am. But when you know stuff, but it's very hard to get the evidence because the people who have got it are still scared. This is the problem. Although they know about NATO and they know not to be scared, they still are. So this is why we keep having to repeat ourselves and saying, lose the fear. Where's the... Well, the problem is, Graham, the problem is, my dear, you didn't have your cameras on at that point, did you? You deliberately turned it all off. Or did you work, or did you get your wife to worm your way out of it? Yeah. Something was going on. And yes. Yeah, because they're still harassing Paula. You know, Paula M, they're still harassing her family now. That's why people are scared to hand things over. Did oh, hang on, where's that? Oh, oh, for God's sake. Did anyone found Flop? Yeah, they found me. I'm here. Michelle, she's either standing on business or she's fallen asleep. They bowed their caps to her. Yep, they certainly did. Right, Defender, we need that screenshot of Feral holding her phone up with the deeds to Drop Bear's house. Yeah, Michelle was only doing part-time today. Sorry, I'm coughing away. You know when you can't find something and it's really bugging you? I'm having that today. It's really bugging me that the fact that it was on my laptop and now it's not there. Tricky. No, Farah, what have you done? What have you bugged my PC? Fifi. Oh, Fifi. Have you bugged my PC? Is that why I can't find it? Speak now or forever hold your whatever you call it. Right, let's quickly look on WhatsApp. media. Da, 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 da. Can we steal her back? No, because it's quite strict, her modding over there. She has to be on time. That was last or her saying it was the sugars and sent them to her door. Yeah, this is the problem. Why? I was just guessing. I've got no idea where. Isn't it horrendous when you get caught out doing something, but because you need to keep your YouTube story going, you have to make out the people kicking your gate in to get their phone back are the sugars, just for a bit of content, just to make her gullible followers think that she's being robbed. Or oh my God, Feral, you're a nightmare. Oh, we found Defender found this yesterday. Oh, hang on. We have something coming into NATO. No, Defender, that's not it. Who is that person? Oh, God damn. What was I just saying? Isn't it horrendous that when you steal people's phone or whatever she done to them poor girls, she has to do that to make up, to keep the story going on a YouTube channel? That is just really low, Fiona. And now she's saying like the royal game or whatever, because like I said, she's run out of ideas. She's literally stuck. She doesn't know what to do. She wasn't expecting this. She wasn't expecting two little YouTubers to come along and come down hard on her. She's met her matches and she doesn't know how to handle it. Thank you, Defender. Sorry, it is somewhere. I just cannot believe. Shit. Sorry. Shit, I just burnt myself. Sympathy. Oh, thank you, Joe. That's very kind of you. That's very kind. Thank you so much for that. She thinks Harry is stalking her. Yes, that's another thing. Why the fuck does she think Harry and Meghan even watch her channel? No, they don't. I'm really, really sorry, but they don't. And I know the Rainbow Woman really does believe with her cards that Meghan and Harry watch her channel, but that's just not true. It really is not true. I'm sorry. I do like you, Rainbow, but sometimes I do think your cards are on crack. Feral Fifi has put it into her own head. It is Joe. Hang on. Oh yeah, I forgot to. I'll do that after. She spent more time talking about Meghan than me in video. Yeah, I know. She just wasn't faithful in anything to you, Graham. She wasn't faithful after you passed away. She wasn't faithful to you while you were still alive, meaning she totally disrespected you. She broke her oath many times. She controlled you. And the way she used to look at you, oh my God. Oh, that's nice, Domino. Naff off. Naff off. Defender, you still looking? Hang on. If you want to see Graham's pictures collection, Google his name, scroll down, you'll see all the ladies in. Yes, you've got to watch that, guys. It's really freaky. Graham, you're a bit of a perv, aren't you? Oh God, yeah. He kept what he done was he kept getting Dutch women with in corsets and everything, like the old-fashioned nice dresses they used to wear back in the day. And he used to put Feral's face over it. In other words, he wished Feral was like that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Graham, did she ever see it? Oh, that's what I was going to put up. That's what I was going to put up. Right, Feral, hang on. She put up, whenever it was, a few days ago, I think it was, many, many years ago, she put got a letter from the Queen. You're going to laugh at this, guys. Hang on, let me just get it on. She put up a letter from the Queen as if she thinks she's important. Hang on. Right, now I've got to bloody go back to Safari. Yeah, she put a letter up from the Queen. I'll read it out to you when I. Oh no, wrong one. Right, where is it? Da, 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 da. This is it. Screenshot. This is how desperate she is for content at the moment, guys. Right, where is it? This is how desperate she is. She put this out. She put a photo of this out from years ago about school in Gibraltar. Why? Feral, why didn't you just go to the governor yourself instead of wasting the Queen's time? Can you all read this, guys? This is just hilarious. Yeah, go and Google it. And if you come across that dodgy picture of him, he has long hair at the time. He looks like he's high on crack. Row your boat. She won't be rowing that boat anywhere. No, who said that, Joe? Because it's got too much resin on it. It's going to sink. Yes, he did, Nola. He forged a letter to the Queen, and then he had to worm his way out of it when he was called out and say, "Oh, it was only a prank for the trolls." Oh, for fuck's sake. We dined out on that letter from the Queen for 2 days. We had steak twice a week. Graham got better looking as he aged. He looked Weasley. Sorry, Graham. Yeah. Isn't it? Oh, isn't it cringe? Right, Defender, have we got that thing yet? That screenshot. This is like really annoying. Why can't we find the screenshot? Group media. Oh, for God's sake. Why do we send so much stuff to each other? NATO, we need to stop sending so much to each other because when we need to find something, we can never find it. Has anyone heard anything from HRH Jen? No, it's RHR Jen, isn't it? Oh, this is painful. Why can't we ever find anything when we need it? That's a picture of my popcorn. Oh, yeah. Have you seen his new car? It's the most attention-seeking car of all time. I bet you he puts a really loud exhaust on it, like trick. Watch out, trick is about. Find your path. The what? Do you know what, Tricky? That looks like more like a car you're going to go on the run with. No, I've got to find it. This is really bugging me now. If I find it tomorrow, I'll do a live tomorrow. I hate it when plans backfire. That's really annoying. It was on my thing, and then I was looking for it today, and it just literally vanished. I've got gremlins. Fifi. But yeah, we will look for it, and we will do a live because it's just not fair otherwise. Because you know when you get something and they get all excited, and then all of a sudden, it's just gone. It's just amazing how that can happen. Really, really bizarre. Right, NATO, we need to stop sending so much stuff to each other. Graham, Graham, what are you doing talking to our employees like that? Yeah, has Trevor been wearing pants? Because you must be new. Watch the videos, educate yourself, and then you know why we're attacking Trevor. Exactly. Why is Tricky attacking other people? Has just been on a diet and posting about that, yeah. King Charles is going to name a race called Filthy Fit. Well, that's very fitting, isn't it? Is that a joke though, Nola? So if Trevor, if you are reading this, you are a gnome. Men, you're short. Yeah. China, Harry, Charles, Canada. Oh yeah, he went to China. What's he doing in China? Trying to be a royal. Graham, you should be grieving Fifi. I'm moving on. Fifi's clearly dancing on. Yeah. Well, it's not just that though, Graham. She's even resined you to the wall next to an airport, and all you wanted to do was grow some daisies, for fuck's sake. Yeah, they're going to be going in a minute. He thinks maybe they haven't heard of the wife in China. Yeah. Yes, they've still got the PayPal. Fifi is still trying to make flower money. Why don't you go into flower arranging, Feral? I just can't believe, guys. I'm so sorry this is boring tonight, but I'm just so pissed off. It's just gone. Whoosh. Just like that. Whoosh. Bloody hell. I didn't realise how much stuff we had, NATO. We've even got boobies. Oh, that's that pink head freak, isn't it? Yeah, the pink head freak and pornography days. You should have more respect for yourself. Right. I think, guys, I'm going to have to go and start hunting for the two things I wanted to put on here tonight. But Feral and fucking Tricky have been ambushing my Mac. I'm going to sue them. I'm going to sue you. Thank you, Joe. Well, if the YouTuber wants to come and jump on, then, you know, more than welcome. More the merrier. What does Don say about all of this when Tricky attacks her? Well, Don's just as bad, isn't she? She's just as nasty as them. Do you know what she said I was? She didn't think I was a real person. I can't remember what she said now, but something along those lines. You'll find she'll have Tricky grafting on the boat in no time. No, yeah, exactly. They all get their fans to it. Yes, they do, Amanda. Yeah, I mean, They should know by now that we just don't care. It's like whack-a-mole. It's like with the sugar. It's always whack-a-mole. It's the same with these sugars. Just whack-a-mole everywhere. What name? I didn't know the name. Don't worry about it. I don't think anyone paid attention. Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She thought she could open her mouth and her filter on YouTube, hold on, and start blabbing just because she lives in the US and thinks well, don't get me wrong, I agree with the First Amendment, but that doesn't give you a pass to be an utter cunt, does it? Excuse my language. That doesn't give anyone a pass to lie, fabricate stories, be a obsessive stalker. And Feral Fifi handed my email to Don and Tricky, two obsessed stalkers. The First Amendment doesn't give you the right to be a stalker, Don. So don't think you're getting away with this either. Yeah, exactly, Defender. Right, Defender, tomorrow we need to get on a mission and find this stuff. We need to find the recording of Feral talking to Drop Bear on WhatsApp and the other photo we need of Drop Bear's deeds. Yes, there is someone who copies every comment I post and goes, yeah, they're obsessed. They are obsessed. Flying monkeys, you're just being used. How do you feel about being used? How old are you? Aren't you past your school days of being used by men? Exploited to come and spy? Yeah, he is. Oh, pink hair. Yeah, pink hair is another obsessed stalker. And her pastor's going to know exactly what she's done and her work again. Oh, none of them are going to be getting away with this. Trust me, guys. No, none of them. None of them will be getting away with this. I'm surprised Feral hasn't written to the Queen about us, Camilla Queen. Ben's got what? Ben's got a new car, but the fam got the subs to pay for the funeral. Oh, yikes! Can't your wife earn her own money? I mean, for goodness sake, she's good at opening her legs. She could at least do that as a career, for crying out loud. She could go on OnlyFans and call herself the Pussycat. Hang on, who is 007? Yes, exactly, Nola. They pissed off too many people. And this is what they forget. When you piss off too many people, it's going to come back to bite them on the arse. Fee, who are you, Fee? Thank you anyway. I know it's a bit boring tonight, guys, like it was the other night, but it's just all gone wrong again. So I'm just here thinking what to say. No, hang on. Graham. Yeah, but Graham, where are you going to go? You can come here. There's plenty of room here. There's 6 bedrooms. You can have the loft. That's in exchange for every single bit of information. Do you hear me? Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Joe. Yeah, but I feel it is though, Pam, because like last time, I couldn't find what I needed to find, And the same things happened today. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Pam. Oh, you do, Elizabeth. Well, yeah, okay. Right, so now we have to guess, how many troll accounts do you think Ferrell's got? You want to know how many she's got? Between 10 and 30. That's how many she's got. Her one of her spare rooms, right, must look like Boosie's bot farm. Do you think she done it with Boosie? When they use a YouTuber to back them like a sporty guy, it shows you triangulation. Yeah, exactly. The triangle situation, yeah. That's what narcs do. That's what narcs do. Yeah, all with the cat in the name. She makes it so easy. Even when she hasn't got cat in blah, even when she hasn't got cat in some of their names, she makes it so obvious. Yeah, exactly, Pam. She's a massive liar. And her pants are really on fire now. And like I keep saying, that's why she's saying she's playing the royal game, because she's stuck. She normally, when someone calls her out on something, she normally gets out of it, doesn't she? But now so many people are onto her, she doesn't know what to do. She's like, shit, how do I get out of this? We'll go to Rome. We'll just go to Rome, and hopefully by the time we come back, it had all been blown over. Nope, not happening. Yes, she loves cats, that's it. But she claimed, didn't she, that her alleged narcissistic people, her local people that were messing with her and Graham or something, killed her cat. Is that true, Ferrell? Remember, it's all Russell's Green. Well, Graham, I'm sorry, you should have divorced her at the point where she dedicated a video to Russell Green saying he smelt like chocolate. Now I can't get that Chocolate Voice song out my head. Sweet like chocolate. That's stuck in my head ever since, and I can't get rid of it now. You should have divorced her then. If my husband went on his YouTube channel and said, Fifi, you taste like chocolate, he'd get divorce papers the very next day. And then, even worse, to add salt to the wound, Graham, do you know what else she done? I'm sure you were there. She dedicated a whole video to Daniel Boland. I love Daniel Boland. Daniel Boland, please, can you join NATO or something? I think you're actually bloody hilarious. Fancy dedicating a whole video begging Daniel Boland. Yes, that was it. Graham harassed the Dolphin Wars people, the other dolphin people. Him and Ferrell harassed the other company. That's what nasty people they are. And Fitness Hutch, did you see his thumbnail for the stop bullying with the hand? Like one of those school government adverts. Say no to bullying. Hutch, you're encouraging the bullies. We're just calling the bullies out. In situations like this, where the police are so far up certain YouTubers' arse, well, I wouldn't say that. It's because a certain YouTuber manipulated his way in and managed to get information on these policeman officers, and these policeman officers covered his arse. This is the only option we had. This was the only option we had. We had to form NATO to get the word out there. Do you know what I mean? certain things on social media, people weren't being listened to because they were being accused of being this piggy thing and the sugars and everything like that. They weren't being listened to. So we had to step in and we're getting shit done. And now certain people are pissed that we're getting shit done and more people are listening. Instead of being normal and saying, okay, this is good, they're pissed. Yes, he's quite good looking. I wouldn't say no. I love Daniel Boland and I wouldn't say no. I laugh my head off who my hubby is. Never get gaslit or scared of these clowns. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was obsessed with Russ, wasn't she? I must admit, yes, Russ has got a nice voice. And I think when a man has a nice voice, for some weird reason, it's a turn on for women, isn't it? But yeah, but apparently it I think, do you know what I think? Russ wasn't interested and Feral Fifi got pissed and Graham should have divorced her. She was cheating on you, Graham, in her mind. That's adultery, mind adultery. Oh, why isn't these things coming up? He upset Trevor, so they attacked him and used others to attack him. Oh, what is this, Russell? Well, I think Russell just wasn't taking the. I think Russ said that he accidentally pronounced something wrong regarding Trevor's charity or something, and ever since then, Trevor got funny with him. Exactly, Kaz. Yeah, exactly. Why do they think that single women are vulnerable? I'm sorry, they're the most strongest women ever. I mean, for goodness sake. When I was single, someone tried it on me once and they won't be doing that again. They accused him of being Atalanta. They accused him of stalking or something when it was actually the other way round. I mean, Graham, he was obsessed, wasn't he? All on his Twitter and YouTube every single day. Graham, if you're out there, I'm sorry, darling. You have to admit it now. So come back in the comments. You was obsessed with Russ, and it's because you knew your wife fancied him, and she was pissed that Russ wasn't interested. So you orchestrated an attack on Russ just because of that. Instead of just divorcing your cheating wife in the mind, Graham, you decided to go on a rampage with her, encouraging the cheating in the mind and going after Russ and stalking him. You was obsessed. It does though, Graham. Virtually stalking does because you got your little aeroplane, didn't you, on your channel, and you hovered over to his house, his mum's house. That is stalking in real life as well because you were physically doing it using your fingers. Exactly, Defender. No one knows who to trust, but you can trust NATO. Like we said before, we always, always do our best. Always. Yeah, he shouldn't even have a channel, should he, Pam? If you've got a YouTube channel, you've got to have relatively thick skin because you're going to come across obviously trolls, people who don't like you, who instead of them just not watching you have to come and say their opinion and stuff like that, as if like you're going to try and change for them or whatever they expect you to do. But Trick is just entitled. He's a narcissist, psychopath. And oh, by the way, years ago, I remember now, I remember when Dom said it, I think. Yeah, I'm sure she did say it. She said, bipolar people can't be narcissistic as well. Well, that's not true. They can. They can. Hmm. I feel like an indestructible single woman when I look at the three teenagers I'm somehow dragging up. Then they fill the sink with dishes and I cry. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Even one teenager can cause just as much as 10 children or 3 children, Cass. Oh, yikes. But now we know how our parents felt. Yep. Mhm. Russ invited Don to stay with her. We ended up with Tricky. I don't know who is more delusional. Oh, yeah. But mind you, even when they get into their 20s, they're still teenagers, though, Joe. So it's not over yet, darling. It's not over yet. My daughter's in her 20s and it's just like still like having a teenager. We never had terrible twos, and I think she's making up for it all now. In fact, my daughter was the perfect baby. And then we wondered why she wasn't having the normal 2-year old situation. And I thought, well, I said to her dad, well, we're just lucky, aren't we? And then I spoke too soon. She got to 15 and it all started, and it's still happening now. Well, we think, well, not, hang on. Oh, right, yeah. Well, according to reports, it's not you, Graham. But personally, I don't think she looks like Tyrone. I think she looks more like you. Poor girl. Is it just me, or is it you look at some parents and their kids and you think the kids actually look nothing like the parents, but other people say, oh, dad. But I think some people are just saying that to be polite. Like, I'm not saying this to brag, but when me and my daughter go about, people think we're either twins or sisters because we're twins. We look pretty much identical, and it's really, really funny. But sometimes, like when I look at parents and their kids, and people say, "Oh, yeah, didn't they?" And I'm thinking, no, actually, no. Why are you lying? You're just lying to be polite. Don't be polite. Don't lie. Lie, lie, lie. I hate it when people do that. I'm unaware of this bit of chat. Sorry, well, Joe, yeah, we must fill Joe in, guys. Joe, what happened was Brian passed away of liver damage, right? Feral Fifi lied about it because she thought that the cancer card would be more of a sympathy malarkey. So Graham passed away. They put him on the wall, just like in Handmaid's Tale, and she resined him into the wall next to an airport. And then last night on Michelle's live, all of a sudden Graham came back to life. Look, Graham's here. He demands a DNA test for Faith, and we're going to get it for him. We're going to bring Graham justice. So, Joe, this all actually happened in real life. They put Graham on the wall in the same section as all the other blokes Fifi's had and killed off. Well, he is, but he's back alive now, Elizabeth. He's joined NATO. He's come to the right side of the community, the justice side. So that happened, Joe. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't believe it. Last night it was a right hoot. Go and watch Michelle Meltdown, Joe, last night's live. It was hilarious. Graham gave us the shock of our lives when he came back from the dead, didn't he, Pam? Didn't he, everyone? It was absolute. We had a right hoot. He was so funny. He really had us in stitches. And he said to us, all he wanted to do was be buried, and all he wanted to do was make daisies. And now he can't even make daisies when he's dead because Fiona, his cheating, unfaithful bastard of a wife, put him on the wall with resin. And now he can't even, next to an airport of all places. Go and dig out my phone. Where is it? Is it in the, well, we can't get to the wall, Graham, because you're resined in. Yeah, and then, you know, guess what happened? Feral came along and called us all, see you next Tuesdays. That's what she thinks of her husband when he's passed away and come back to life and joined NATO. Shocking wife. Shocking behaviour for a wife. You should have divorced her years ago. Whatever I'm saying. Right, guys, actually, I've got to go because what is the time? It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, you're not going to rest in peace, Graham. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. That's very kind of you. Thank you, darling. Graham can't even rest in peace. He's next to a bloody runway of all the fighter jets and typhoons. Oh, God. I've got a photo to show Fiona. Shall I get the photo of Fiona? I just want to tell Fiona something. Hang on. I just need to let Fiona into a bit of a secret. Right, bear with. No! Google you. Right, you're fired. Oh, right, where is it? Hang on. Oh, hang on, guys. Hang on. Right, hang on. I forgot. How do I do these things? Hang on. No. Hang on. How did I? What? Right. I just need to let Fiona into a bit of a secret. Oh, God. Why don't you? No. Before presenting a screen, remove. God damn you. Fifi. Fifi. I'm on my way. I'm on my way, Fifi. This is nuts, crazy nuts. If this is true, what about the police document? Well, we think that Feral sucks everyone off. Dawn, do you know what Dawn does for a living? She even announced it on national YouTube. She said she sucks off all the lawyers. And I think, oh, Joe, hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. Bear with. We've got to fill Joe in. Bear with. Oh my God, it's 10 o'clock. Sorry, I had to go and get a drink. I forgot to bring the kettle in here, so I thought I'm going to have a nice JD and Coke while I bore you all tonight. Right, Joe, where are you? So, what was I going to say? Right, first of all, Dawn, she announced on national YouTube that she sucked all the lawyers off, right? And then, do you know what Feral done? You know, she went on the run and the cops were after us, Sussex police were after her. Well, there's this detective bloke called Skerritt, right? 7 a.m. in here in Australia. Bloody hell, Nola, you're up early. And he went to prison on her behalf because he helped her escape. Hmm. I think she must have, said, "Do you want a bit of sucky sucky?" I need a fag. I say that all the time. Yeah, so this detective guy, he done time on her behalf basically because he was corrupt, he was helping her and shit. And you know what else she done? She decided to have Faith, her daughter, because she brought Faith up on a manky skanky boat in wherever it was to evade justice, thinking it would help. Hmm. And Skerritt went over there and said, "Oh, I felt sorry for her." Cool. Unbelievable. And Don, and Sucker Lawyer admitted doing a deal with Boozy. So she is a plant. Feral Fifi and Don are plants. Oh, it's cool. I'm jealous. I wish it was like still 3 p.m. here. Feels like today's just gone whoosh. Well, the thing is though, Kaz, you know that death certificate Feral Fifi was flashing around a few days ago. We need to get hold of that. There is ways. We will find out. But it's like I said before, it's really frustrating when people have got what we need, but they're too scared to hand it over. Yeah, this is the thing with Feral and Tricky, right? With me and Michelle, if we get emails, we'll show it. Or if the person says read it out rather than showing them, yeah, we'll respect that person's decision. We'll do our best to get the evidence, unlike them over there. How many years have they been going on about Atalanta, this, that, and the other, and blah 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 blah? They have never proven anything to their gullible followers. Nothing, nada. Right? And they keep going on and on and on, right? But when me and Michelle come along, we do our best to get the evidence. And now I've forgotten what I was going to say. So yeah, of course we have to say allegedly, but we do know because Ben, if you watch the wake, if Fiona doesn't quickly delete it after this live, if you watch the wake of Graham's funeral wake, Ben says something very important, and he basically puts a bust on the whole scam, and he was silenced very quickly by everyone. So Feral's very stupid. She's either controlling all her friends, her couple of friends that were at the wake and threatening somehow, or they're all in on it because Ben basically grasped them all up and said about liver damage, and he was hushed up very, very quickly. But we all knew before then, we all knew it wasn't cancer. Because if you think about it as well, she faked her own death. Graham was a criminal as well. They will do anything to get themselves out of trouble and to get sympathy. And I'm sorry that Graham did die of liver damage, but for her to use the C card is effing disgusting. Effing disgusting. And they're reaping what they have sown and they can't handle it. GoFundMe's, and that's what it's been investigated for. That's what yeah, Tricky had to admit that he's being investigated. Tricky had to admit that he's being investigated. Let's put Tricky back on. Well, this is the thing. Criminals start out, right? Criminals start out with high hopes that in the back of their heads, they're also always thinking, They might get caught, but if we get in with the right people, we might not get caught, and they'll work around things like that. Once they continue to get away with things, they learn the more manipulative behaviour, they learn more of the professional criminals that they wish to be, and it goes on like that. So this is how Feral Fifi, Graham and Tricky have managed to worm their way out of things while watching the professionals and seeing how the professionals operate. Like I said the other day, they've been watching far too many movies. Far too many movies. Well, Graham, there was some really bad reviews about that, wasn't there? There was. If you see some of the reviews, guys, that is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. There was these people that they all they wanted to do was see the dolphins, and then they said that Fiona was really controlling. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. And no dolphins were about it. They were just saying it was just a total waste of money. And Graham was drunk all the time, so they just went in the wrong direction. Graham was drunk and went to the Atlantic Sea, to Greenland instead of where the thingamajigs are. Yeah, exactly, Nola. Yeah, look at the front page of the Sun. And Tricky had to admit it in the end because he was put under so much pressure from outside sources that he had to admit to his followers that he was being investigated for charity fraud, and the investigation is still ongoing. Yeah, they certainly do, Pam. I know, friends, the person they accused of being at a buddy on his channel. Oh, is that Russ? We don't want to talk about Ren Julianne. Sorry, we don't like her. Another master manipulator. You've been told, Julianne. You've been told. Yes, when Tricky's nose is red, and when his nose is red, you know something's up. And he will go on his YouTube channel and start trying to worm something. When his face is red and his nose is red, you know he's been crying and he knows he's in a lot of deep shit. Tell Russ to come over here, Joe. He's more than welcome. He doesn't have to be scared anymore. How is Russ anyway? I need to ask him an important question. So can you, Joe, can you ask Russ to contact the HR department, please? It's on holyflop@proton.me. It's on my channel. Yes, Kaz is allowed to ask questions. And we were all once in Kaz's shoes. And I agree with Kaz because I like to see black and white. And when I did see black and white, and then I got excited, well, me and Michelle got excited and the others, then we realised we can't even get excited about black and white because shit going on behind the scenes. It effing sucks. Do you know what? The police, they're not fit for service. Every single copper just covers for criminals, stalkers. And it's like that in real life as well. Screwed. I hope you're not going to try and screw me today. Screwed. Oh, hang on. Why aren't the comments coming up here? Who has to tell the world that he fed his son? Screwed. What are you doing? Right, guys, I've got to go in a minute. The dog will be crossing her legs. Yeah, she will. She'll have to go back to pancakes. Yeah, he boasted about the body bag on YouTube. And remember, guys, he was when I played that the other day, he was grinning and laughing when he said about when he was talking about the body bag. Screwed. What are you doing? If you want to try and flirt with me, darling, you're going to have to do better. Oh, you've got a greyhound too? Oh, they're so funny, aren't they? They're all legs, but they are so cute with it. It's like my greyhound. I've lost the war with the sofa. Strict instructions when I got the new sofa. No, you're not going up there. But it's the puppy eyes she gave me. It was and now she's won. She's won. She's up there at the moment on her back, legs spread out with her tongue hanging out to the side because she had 10 teeth out a couple of weeks ago, bless her heart. So now we call her Gummy Boo. Oh, you got a bulldog and Frenchie. Oh, they're so cute. I love the way the Frenchies bark. They've got that really funny bark, haven't they? Oh, bless her. Yeah, yeah, my boo, she won, if I remember rightly, she won 5 races. But her trainer, he really looked after his greyhounds, which I was pleased about. He often came up because I used to work at the greyhound rescue, you see, that's how I got Boo home. And some of them, honestly, guys, Nola, you'll know what I mean. Some of them, we had to nurse them back to health. I mean, thankfully now they have the rescues and everything, but back in the day, especially over in Ireland, they used to just dig a massive pit when they were no use. They just used to chuck them all in there at a very young age when they decided, oh, they lost a race and that's it. They're just, you know what I mean? I don't even want to think about it. But thankfully now they've got a good rehoming thing going on, haven't they? And there's quite a lot of greyhounds around here as well. But they are so funny, especially when they do zoomies. Can you imagine? All legs everywhere. Yeah, I think if you can adopt, that's the best thing to do because it's like Belgian Malinois, however you pronounce the name. People they were bred specifically for police and military. But because it's like a great big thing now that because they're good dogs to train, people just go and buy them as puppies and think, "Oh yeah, easy, easy." But they don't realise that there's a reason why they're called Maligators for a start, and they're constantly you've got to constantly be on it with them. And there's so many sort of like Belgian Malinois in rescues now or just dumped on the side of the road because people just can't handle it. If you're going to buy a Belgian Malinois, you've got to be willing to literally have a toy in your hand every second of the day. Yes, that they are. This is the thing with greyhounds. People just assume because they were race dogs, they need a lot of exercise, but they don't. It's like Nola says, zoomies for a couple of minutes, that's it, conked out. They don't need much exercise. And they're perfect. When I used to live in the flat, they're perfect apartment dogs as well. And I've done a bit of research before I got Boo home. There's a couple of other big dogs, believe it or not, that are the perfect apartment dogs, but I can't remember the names. Mine has issues. That's yeah. It's when they try and run when they're having a dream, that's the funniest. Yeah, it's just, or their farts stink. Yeah, they're so funny, Frenchies, their bark, it's I used to watch this, I can't remember her name now, but she's American, she's got a little Frenchie called Walter. Is it Walter? I think yeah, I can't remember now, I'm gonna have to find it. But, she literally has conversations with him, it is just so funny. Dogs are the best. Yeah, I mean, I know all dogs' farts stink, but greyhounds, my God. My God. You think to yourself, for God's sake, what you're feeding your dog. Yeah, I've heard sorry, greyhound pit bull stuff. Yeah, it's sad. And I think with the pit bulls and like the staffs, I think it's because the lockjaw. I think that's the only downfall of their breed. Because if you watch a pit bull or a staff when they're running around, they'll like literally because my old neighbours, she had two staffs actually, Rocky and Storm. Rocky, he was just perfect. He was just the perfect dog. He was absolutely fantastic. And when he used to go on a walk, he used to see a tree, and if he could get reach the branch, he would just hang from it because the jaw locked. And the problem with them and the pit bulls and that kind of breed, when they lock their jaw, obviously they don't mean to, but if it's got a child or your arm, you're stuffed. If you don't know how to unlock it, and I think that's what the government were really firstly worried about, the lockjaw. And obviously, I think a lot of people have made a hoo-ha out of nothing. Well, not nothing, but hoo-ha out of that and made it more than it should be, rather than, for example, like the RSPCA or the government saying, look, this is how you unlock a jaw, or this is what not to do with that breed. Do you know what I mean? But it's just the way they are. They can't help locking their jaw. It's like I said, if you watch a staff or a pit bull when they're playing around, and if they find a tree that the branches that they can jump up, they'll just hang there until you go and get them off because they can't move because they've locked their jaw on it. Yeah, greyhounds are known for really bad teeth. I've tried Boo on, like because they always say don't give dogs cooked bones, like the raw bone and everything, but the raw bones that I used to give it used to make her sick. So I stopped giving her them. And I just think she's just a typical greyhound with, just really bad teeth. And the problem with cooked bones is with Boo, she will literally, when I first brought her home, I took her to my mum's and my mum forgot herself and she put a chicken carcass in a bag on the bin outside and forgot Boo was coming the next day. And it was a fight to get that carcass out of her mouth. I literally was fighting her. I thought she was going to bloody kill me. In the end, she literally, I don't know how she survived it. I had to take her to the vet just for a checkup. She literally downed the whole thing because she was fighting me that bad. I was pulling and it was like a vacuum. And so I opened her mouth and I said, Mum, get me a jug of water. And I was just pouring water down her neck. I was that worried about her. And then I took her to the vet and the vet said, well, thankfully she's okay. I don't know how she's okay. But that's the problem. It's just when it comes to bones, they're like a vacuum. It's a real fight on your hands, and especially cooked bones as well. So that's why they always say give your dogs raw bones. Oh, sorry, Graham, I forgot about you. I sent her out on the go. Yeah, yeah. You just couldn't get rid of her, could you? Is it because it was it the money thing that she kept hiding money all over Jib? I fall in love with her. It's a real problem. Oh, sorry, Kaz. You've got 8. I've got. Well, Fiona's going to like you then, isn't she? Why she block you? You've got 8 cats. I've got 8 cats and hand-reared orphan. Oh, no, what? Yeah, I think some people are either cat people, guinea pig people, or dog people, or both. It's yeah, cats are so funny. I think they're really cute. It's just, you see some of these funny cat videos where their little paws, they just gently push something off the side of a thing. They're just so great. I love all animals. You didn't know where she was coming or going, Spain 1 minute. Yeah. hmm And the thing is, though, Graham, Jib is such a small community. Why? How does she survive so long? Yeah. Do you know what, Kaz? Yeah, in short, especially when you've got older pets, they do everything. They either raise the prices, or if something happens, they'll worm their way out of it. I know that all insurance companies for cars, homes, everything, pets, they worm their way out of paying out. But it's just with pets, it's just a joke. Maybe I would hear something. I know a lot more than. Yeah, Joe. I was watching a thing a couple of months ago that the Marines, the British Marines, basically own the tunnels. Is that true? And if they do, how comes Fifi is allowed to keep, in and out there and on the straight as well? Yeah, I think something needs to be done about the pet insurance, especially. It's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I also think they need to abolish inheritance tax. We were talking about this at the wedding yesterday, actually. What a thing to talk about at a wedding, for goodness sake. Trust me to bring up that subject. I had a few JDs and Coke and I got on a right politic mission, I did. It was so funny. But Boris Johnson, but he got booted out, didn't he? This is what frustrates me. He really did not believe in inheritance tax. He genuinely wanted to abolish it. And I think that's part of the reason why they booted him, because they have to have all that money. Like to in tax people on things they've already paid tax on. These houses and whatever people have left for their loved ones when they die is financially could be a lifesaver for that person. But then the government come in and just rip them off even more. It's like when I worked at the kennels, one of the volunteers used to come up on a Saturday. She's like, her father passed away, and she said by the time the tax man had finished with the house, she had hardly anything left, and it's just so wrong. And she really, not that she was hoping her dad died for that reason, but she just said, my dad knew I needed that, and they've done that to me. It's just a joke, absolute joke. Something's got to be done about that. Yeah, Defender, I remember you saying about that. God, do you know what, Kaz? Have you tried vaping? My daughter made me give up smoking. What are we at, 25? I started, oh God, yeah, I started smoking again in about 23. But I was doing really well on the vape for about 2 years. And I wasn't even interested in cigarettes. Obviously, when people smoked around me, I still liked the smell, but I wasn't in, and I'd saved so much money. I was doing really well. And then for some reason, I started smoking again. And I was like, flip, now I can't give up. I'll try and vape, but the vape keeps making me cough really badly. So I'm like, what the hell do I do? And they're like 15, 60 quid a pack now. And it's like us smokers have to try and buy the cheapest fags now because we can't give up. Yeah, I know. But I think when you need to give up smoking, though, Nola, you need something. And I think all these years the NHS have brought all these stuff out and it hasn't worked. And vaping was the only option for people who genuinely wanted to give up smoking because it's all to do with the inhaling, all the Nicorette patches. It's not about the nicotine, it's about the inhaling. And I've heard that from a lot of people because that's with me myself. I don't think it's the nicotine, I think it's something to do with the inhaling, and that's why they brought out the vape. But I just wish they'd make them with that, didn't make you cough so much. Yeah, they do. Vets are just so greedy. I mean, when Boo had her teeth out, it was what, like nearly 900 quid. 10 teeth, like 900 quid. Yeah. Can you remember? I don't know how old you are, Kaz. I don't want to ask, but I can remember back in the day, a pack of 10 B&H was like £1.99, and a pack of 20 was about £4 or £5 back then. Give Pope rice, yeah. You'll have to take over the Dolphin Safari, Joe. Yeah, Joe, tell Russ to pop over here. It would be great to talk to him. Right, guys, I'm 42 and my mum used to send me to the shop. Oh my God, it's 10:30. Right, I've got to go. Boo will be whinging and whining in a moment. So, guys, I'm going to have to go. Thank you for staying with me, guys. Sorry it's been boring, but we will get what we need when we find it. And if we find out Tricky Dicky has been invading my Mac, then all hell's shit's about to go down. So remember that Cypress Hill song, guys. When the shit goes down, you better be ready. That's the NATO song. Romeo's got an expensive because of profit. Yeah, they know how to make money, don't they? Right, anyway, guys, I've got to go. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you very soon. If we can find everything we need, I'll try and get Michelle to do a live with me. It not being wrong. Thanks for doing. Oh, thank you. But I do think it's important. I know what you mean, Kaz. It's hard because, like with the YouTubers, we have to try and keep up with the trends. And when you run out of content, you're like, oh shit, what the fuck do I do? And the same thing can get really, really boring. But as you know, nobody wants to talk about anything else, do they? I mean, on my channel, I've tried talking about politics, talking about more important things than Meghan and Harry, but no one wants to know. No offense, guys. But yeah. But yeah, you're doing a good job, Kaz. Yeah, good job. Because I know what you mean, though. You do mentally need a break from it all because it can be quite heavy, that sort of thing. But I'm just glad the truth is coming out about that. Thanks, Julianne. Thanks, Defender. Thanks, Shell. Thanks, Pam. Thanks, Nola. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Kaz. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Graham. And hopefully I'll find the stuff and we'll be back tomorrow. But thanks again, guys. And thank you for the super chats. That's really kind of you. Right. God bless. Have a good rest of your evening. And we'll see you soon. Take care.